Start with our first school, Boise State. Yes, that's right. I don't have Boise State winning the Mountain West. I have them going to the Mountain West championship game, but I don't have them winning. Um, Stay tuned to find out who I have winning. But Boise State coming off a phenomenal year where they made the college football playoffs. Not only did they make the playoffs, they got a bye week. They earned the 4 seed. So that was huge. The college football playoff committee did not see that coming, and that's why they started talking about, oh, we should change it, blah blah blah, because they got butthurt because of Power Five conference school that won a conference championship. Yeah, they got put out. Texas put out Clemson. Clemson won the ACC. So get over it, committee. I'm not mad at it. I actually enjoy seeing it, and it's not because Clemson's a rival. No, it was just fun to watch. This is what college sports is about: upsets, all that type of stuff. So yeah, y'all know how I feel. Spencer Danielson, my dog, still the head coach, coming off back-to-back Mountain West Conference championships. They do have a new OC, Nate Potter, who was an in-house hire, and Matt Miller's the co-OC, who's also an in-house hire. Um, so that is something new to look out for. They do return 13 starters, 7 on offense, 6 on defense. They're coming off a 12-2, 7-0 season where they won the Mountain West, like I said, 21-7 versus UNLV. But then they lose in the college football playoffs quarterfinals to Penn State, 31-14. Yeah, that was one of Ashton Genty's lower lights of his senior or last season there at Boise State. But they return Maddox Madsen. The team is now on your back. He went 247 to 396, 62.4% completion percentage, 3,018 yards, 23 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Returned Latrell Caples, a wide receiver, 38 catches, 473 yards and 5 touchdowns. Matt Lauder, tight end, 47 catches, 619 yards and 7 touchdowns. And they returned 4 offensive linemen. They lost their left guard. Now, preference this by saying it was hard for the group of 5 for some reason to find starters that were returning. Took me longer than the Power Four was so easy. The group of 5 took forever. But anyway, defensively, they returned Ty Benefield, safety with 82 total tackles, 59 solos, 3 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, 4 fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. And Marion McCoy, cornerback, 60 total tackles, 53 solos, 13 pass breakups, interception, touchdown, and forced fumble. Jaden Virgin Morgan, defensive end or edge, who had 40 total tackles, 20 solos, 10 sacks, 4 fumble, and fumble recovery. So that's huge production there. Jeremiah Irby, cornerback, 34 total tackles, 28 solos, 6 pass breakers, an interception, 4 fumble, and a fumble recovery. Zion Washington, defensive back, who had 67 total tackles, 46 solos, 6 pass breakers, and 2 forced fumbles. And Marco Notarani, a linebacker, who had 60 total tackles, 33 solos, 3.5 sacks, 3 pass breaks, and 2 forced fumbles. 2 fumble recoveries, excuse me. Now, obviously, they lost the biggest piece of the team last year, currently on the Las Vegas Raiders, Ashton Genty, Heisman runner-up, Maxwell winner. In my opinion, should have won the Heisman, but I'm not mad Travis Hunter won it. I wasn't mad either way. I was voting Ashton Genty, but I mean, obviously, you can't deny what Travis Hunter did for Colorado on both sides of the ball. 374 carries, 2,601 yards, 7 a carry, 29 touchdowns for the Raiders. Now on the Raiders, excuse me. But all right, so I would like to say this too. Genty, the year before last year, he was more productive in the passing game. This past season, they just said, you know what? We just running him the rock, running him the ball. So he wasn't as productive in the passing game. And I think that's an underrated aspect of his game that really wasn't shown last season. They lost Cam Camper, wide receiver, 58 catches, 903 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the Jags. Prince Strachan, he transferred to USC, 25 catches, 304 yards, and a touchdown. They lost Saya Oladipo, a safety, who had 68 total tackles, 51 solos, 6.5 sacks, 2 pass breaks, 4 fumble, and a fumble recovery. Ahmad Hussein, currently on the Lions, get well soon. He got injured. I think he's out for the year, if I'm not mistaken, or is like in the air if he is. He was an edge rusher at 48 total tackles, 28 solos, 9.5 sacks, and a fumble recovery. Alexander Tubner, safety, 57 total tackles, 34 solos, 2 sacks, 3 pass breakups, interception, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. Now, they had the 72nd overall recruiting class, 94th, and transfers. One transfer that came in was Malik Sherrod, the running back from Fresno State, who in 2023 had 172 carries, 966 yards, 5.6 a carry, and 9 touchdowns, and a really good year for Fresno State that season. And Derek Ganser Jr., a safety from Eastern Washington, who had 73 total tackles, 40 solos, 4 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. They were 8th in total offense, 60th in total defense, 70th in passing, 8th in rushing, 5th in scoring offense, 106th in passing defense, 31st in rushing defense, and tied 37th in scoring defense. So we'll get into the schedule for Boise State this season. And they start off at USF, the Bulls of Southern Florida. And I have the upset here to start the season. And I know y'all might be thinking, Carl, what? You're crazy. Boise State, all that. Southern Florida's returning some decent pieces too, namely Byron Brown. But the large part of this went into the weather. It is going to be August. I think this game is August. It is going to be hot in South Florida. They might be cramping. We already know how it goes when playing football, the humidity, all that. Florida is just different. And I don't know if Boise State is ready for that type of weather, especially game 1 of the season. So because of that, and because South Florida, I don't think South Florida is going to be no pushovers either. I actually have, spoiler alert, South Florida is one of my teams to look out for. So I think South Florida gets the upset here because of the weather, humidity, cramping, and it's their first game without Genty. Maddox Madsen, let's see what you got. I think South Florida gets it done here. I think this is an L. Next is Eastern Washington, which I have as a win. Then at Air Force for Mountain West play, I have as a win. App State, Sun Belt game, I have as a win. Then on the road against Notre Dame, I have as a loss. Then at home against New Mexico, they bounce back and win. And I have them winning against UNLV. I have them winning at Nevada. Yeah, I got the Nevada shirt on. Still got Boise State winning. Fresno State is a win. Shout out Jeff Show, by the way, of Nevada. At San Diego State is a win. Colorado State is a win. And at Utah State, I have them losing the final game. And it's that one is because, man, Bronco Mendenhall, new head coach for Utah State, he just works wonders offensively. He had New Mexico almost make a bowl game in their first year in New Mexico, rebuilding New Mexico, which is, to me, an insane feat at the University of New Mexico. He's just so good at winning. And not only is he good at winning, he's good at winning in the Mountain West. Those years at BYU, where he was winning, most of those years was in the Mountain West. I just think Bronco Mendenhall is a great head coach. I love Spencer Danielson. I think he's a great head coach too. But I think this is where Danielson learns from the master. No, yeah, all pun intended. This is what Danielson learned from the master, which is Bronco Mendenhall. Utah State is at home. So I think that's the one Mountain West Conference slip up Boise State has, is a loss at Utah State, making Boise State 9-3, 7-1, taking the under 10.5 wins for Boise State. Now, granted, Boise State could easily win at South Florida, and they can win at Utah State to go 11-1 in the over. But I just using what I think they go 9-3, 7-1. I still think they make the Mountain West Conference Championship, however.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.